So hi, my name is Joy Constantine. I am a current intern at the ERC. I am a sustainability intern, so we work kind of doing more like the sustainable side of the ERC. I'm from Santa Barbara. I'm an environmental studies major, focusing with like natural resource management, and then I'm also a biology minor. ERC really influenced me to join because I really wanted to get involved with like the more policy side of environmental resources, particularly with the fashion industry. And I think that like getting these kind of like leadership skills and also learning like the management side of different like programs like this would give me really good insight and actually help me with my future career. Science behind fashion, and particularly stopping fast fashion. I know that right now, like currently we overconsume and we are treating workers very unethically, and the way that we produce the clothes is like very toxic for the environment. So if there's a way that we can make textiles in like a way that is like more sustainable, I want to be able to do that, and then maybe like manage kind of like a company, or maybe just be more of like a sustainability consultant for like big fashion companies like H&M, Urban Outfitters. A lot of them tend to have this like they put up this like front that they are environmentally friendly, but the reality is if you actually look in and do the research, they're not. It's just but they're like greenwashing essentially. Yeah, I want to make sure that what they're saying is actually correct, and like they're not just saying it just to say it, because a lot of companies, again, they tend to do that. Like with Urban Outfitters, like specifically, I've done research on this, because they say that they're environmentally friendly and they may use some more environmentally friendly textiles, but there's no evidence as to where the clothes are being really produced, how the worker treatment is going, and if it's like if the textiles themselves are being like the dyes are being leaked into like water systems. There's no they have no like evidence of where they're doing that, which is like suspicious and like sketchy. Like, you should be able to know and like find like where that is, you know. So.
Like, would you make an event?
What
would you like to do as part of the ERC? Like, would you continue next semester?
Oh, 100%. I love working with the ERC. It's such like a really inviting and friendly environment, and also it's very educational. Currently, actually, as we bring that up, we have an event coming up actually this Thursday. It's called the ERC Flea Market. It was mainly kind of my brainchild idea, but me and the other interns, obviously, we worked together on it to make it come to life. And so this Thursday we're having our first flea market, where essentially we got a bunch of students to sign up to be vendors to sell their own clothes, art, handmade and curated goods, anything to really that like is all local and very sustainable. We're trying to really emphasize, shopping sustainably and ethically, and supporting, obviously like local people that really deserve it and need it, versus like, with Christmas and the holidays coming up, you don't need to go buy from H&M or Forever 21
or the big retailers like
big retailers.
Target, Walmart.
We don't need to buy from them. They don't need that money. You know who does? The people that actually work hard and hand make their goods.
So you're saying, just to clarify, small business?
Yes, small businesses and businesses that do actually have proof that they are ethically and environmentally friendly. I can't really think of any off the top of my head. All the ones that I know of are like more small businesses, like local, like just students that are selling their own like old clothes and stuff like that.
So you want to create that promotion, that self-promotion, or that small businesses are still here, even with the pandemic on their hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Personally, I mean, the ERC, they encompass so many different aspects at state. They try to be sustainable. They have, social media, and they actually have like all these events, and then they cover so much environmental, aspects. And I think that's the biggest strength that the ERC has, and like incorporating all these different types of students that come from different backgrounds to, all come together and communicate and learn and educate and grow, as a state on environmental issues and just environment in general. And that's really important. That's why I think is a big strength. But also weakness is, state is a smaller school. It's more of a commuter school, and I've seen that we have all these different events, but no one shows up. And not no one, but like most of the time, a lot of people don't show up, and that's really upsetting to see. Because I think that if we brought more awareness, it could be a really educational and really fun environment for a lot of the students. I don't think, I know currently with the current state of our environment, it's obviously like not doing the best. And getting more students to actually come out and see would be great. So that's kind of like the more weakness I see, is just you know, we have good outreach. It's just a lot of people just aren't showing up, and for understanding why that is and fixing that would be, you know, a really good step in the right direction for the ERC.
Okay. Your argument is that SF State is a community school.
Yes.
So we really need to get the word out there.
I will say that as a joke, one time we do food rescues every Friday where we'll go at the City Eats dining hall and we'll go package the food and we give it away. And as a joke, I was like, oh, what if we just like every time we do food rescues, we go on live, like on Instagram Live. And then we started to do that, and no one really looks at it or like shows up. Yeah. But we kind of like have made like a tradition, and it's really funny. Like if you go look back at our lives, like you could just see us joking and messing around. Like it's pretty comical, honestly. I mean, we're getting our job done. We love our job, but it's like a funny scenario, I guess.
And where does that food go?
So it goes to a company known as Food Runners. I believe that they take that food to different like groups of people that need help. Like I know, or they'll donate it to the different food banks and that stuff, I believe. I don't know exactly where, like 100% where it goes, but I know that it goes to like people who are in need.
Okay. So shelters or
yes.
What else? Could be shelters
like
and
shelters, food banks. I think like homeless shelters, things like that. Yeah.
Okay, and that's like in the Bay Area, right? I
guess. Kind of like individual meals themselves. We actually, what happens is we'll go in and there's like these different trays of like big trays of food, like leftovers. Say for example, Seeds for that night had rice and like chicken and like broccoli, and they were all be in an individual tray. And then we'll take our own trays and we'll start scooping up all the broccoli, all the chicken, all the rice, and putting it in these different trays, and then we weigh them. Okay. And then we package them up, and then we set them aside for food runners to come and pick up the following day. I'd say in terms of like pounds, it's definitely over, like, I know for sure it's been over like 50 pounds of food, sometimes even probably I would say you could say 100. Okay. There's a lot of food.
That's, I mean, where does that food always go at the end?
Yeah, I mean, if we don't come and pick it up, it gets thrown away. And that's such a waste of like good food that can be going to people that, you know, really need it. There's a huge percentage of food insecurity in the Bay Area, and so you know, tackling that and being able to help the community not be food insecure is like really important for the ERC.
So what you're trying to say is that from Monday to Thursday, and also the weekends, the food goes to waste.
Essentially, I mean, yeah.
Okay, and then would that also include breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I believe so. I mean, I don't live on campus, so I have not experienced that, but just from what my previous knowledge, I think the only reason that they're probably doing it that way is more COVID related. There's a lot of restrictions and policies around COVID and having even certain events happen. And so I think that the issue being with that is because there's like a liability issue. Okay. Like someone washed their own dish and they're sick or common or whatever, and they give it back to like Eats, it would be contaminated. That's my guess. But the point you made is 100% right. Yeah. And I hope that as COVID dies down and as things sort of get back to normal, that they're able to do that in a way that's more sustainable and actually have us be able to bring it back and wash it and use it.
Better to collide both like City Eats and Gator Groceries and provide more boxes, maybe, you know, to the community.
Yeah, I think that could definitely be a step in the right direction that we could do. I know that there used to be an event or like a sort of program that ERC used to do. They haven't been doing it because of COVID, I believe. Okay. But I can't remember what it was called, but it was something along the lines of where if you had food that you weren't eating, like me, you, City Eats, actually I don't think City Eats, so just like anybody pretty much, or any event that had extra food, they would send out like this like notification to like a bunch of people that had signed up that had said that they were food insecure, and then people could go and get that food for free. Okay. We don't have that anymore because of, again, the COVID restrictions, but that was something we used to have in the past, so. Oh, 100%. I feel like with COVID, more people are impacted, or even more food insecure, so just because there's some policies and restrictions, I definitely think that there should be a way to navigate around that.
Estás escuchando Enano Radio.
Today we are with
John Gallardo.
And what do you do for the ERC, John?
I volunteer at the Soul Patch, so basically I just do whatever little activities need to be done, like weeding or helping with the compost or planting new plants.
Okay.
Like that.
And what's your major? Where you're from?
I'm a chemistry major, and I'm from Walnut, California. It's like Southern California. home anymore.
Okay.
I just wanted to be away in a big city and have a good time. And yeah. ERC is really cool, and I think more people should learn about it because it's just like this cool resource that's on campus, and you have access to this community garden and a bunch of other activities. They do food drives and everything like that, so it's like a good resume building experience, and it's also like just like a really good experience in general. Like makes you feel good. Just, I guess, reaching out more. There's already a lot of outreach going on, but I think just more interaction with the general public and like letting people know and encouraging members to tell their friends to like come on and go there. I think that would be a good
Okay. And what
be an intern, but that depends on how busy I am next semester. It's my last semester, so I graduate. So
okay.
I don't know if I'll be able to finish on ERC. I'm really interested in environmental chemistry, and so I saw like going to the ERC is like a kind of a new avenue into like this world I have no idea about. I don't know anything about environmental chemistry or taking care of sustainability and stuff like that. So I thought this would be like a good stepping stone kind of introduction to the whole thing, and it has been. It's really cool. And I never grew things before now, and now I'm growing things. It's really fun.
what's the
Damn beans. We're growing some beans. Like one of our projects was we're growing greens so that for next semester the soil will have nitrogen so that we can grow more plants that need nitrogen. And so just seeing the beans grow so damn fast and tall, like crazy. I don't know. I've never seen anything come out the ground, especially something that I planted.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And
it's fun. The one I didn't like planting, I would say none of them. I liked it all. I enjoyed digging in the dirt and being there.
And
it was something kind of new. Like my mom has a flower bed, and so I would kind of work in that sometimes. But I wouldn't say I was a gardener, knew a bunch about gardening or all those processes. But yeah, no, I didn't really have any prior experience. I always knew that there was something exciting about gardening, and that's why I wanted to get into it. Because I was like, this is a really cool like concept, and there's a lot of applications here for like saving the world and helping people, and like I think that's really cool. But yeah, being in the ERC and like seeing how much work it takes and all the different things you have to think about that I wasn't thinking about before when I was like thinking about gardening on my own, it really did kind of change my mindset.
okay. I like that. And
I guess a weakness, especially just for more activities.
okay, more activities.
Yeah, especially just for the soul patch, because that's really what I was mainly interested in, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities this semester. There was, but I think that might also be because it's fall and not a lot of stuff is going.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, that's really the only weakness. Everything else is cool. Like they're real cool people. Yeah, strength is they're hard workers.
Yeah, okay. So,
hard workers. I just met a lot of cool people there.
Okay.
So, because I can tell all the stories about them, but I'm telling you about people that I met.
yeah. So this is your first time at the ERC, right?
Yeah, first time at the ERC. And I think they were very open to me, and like let me talk to them, and there was no hostility at all or any type of like weirdness.
Okay.
Like usually I have a job. This year I was in the SFSU program. Okay. So they gave me a scholarship. I get like an allotment every month. So I've just been doing that, to be honest. So I don't have a job this semester. I've just been doing lab work and schoolwork and just take that kids and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Gardening.
Okay.
I said that would be my new hobby once I get my own garden. I definitely will want to be doing that again. I also like to, I love listening to music. and I paint model cars.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I have like an airbrush set and everything. So, been doing that since I was a kid. Just thank you ERC for the opportunity and the great times, and I'm just really excited. I'm really happy to be here. Soul Patch is really fun.
Today we're here with
Oriah, hi.
So Oriah, what do you do for the ERC?
So I'm an intern for the Soul Patch Garden. So every Friday we go out to the garden and then we just work with volunteers, just trying to make it better. I am a first year studying environmental science, and I'm from Roseville, which is like 30 minutes outside of Sacramento. We're not too far away.
Yeah.
And then I came to San Francisco because when I was looking at all the different schools, I thought this was a really fun place to be.
Okay.
I really like the environment. It seems really nice with just all the classes and things, but also just exploring the city.
Okay.
It's over by the Mary's Hall. It's like past this dining hall. But anyway, it's like across the street from the gym.
The gym, okay.
Yeah, so we've been working with it, and we tried to make the soil better, and then we started planting things. So eventually we want to get it to where students living on campus, they can go to the garden and they can pick like vegetables or different herbs that they can use while they're cooking too.
Oh, okay.
But they're still little tiny sprouts right now,
Yeah.
so we have a little bit longer. We just planted all of our plants recently, so they're only about like a few inches tall.
Okay.
So they definitely need a little bit more time before we get to the point where we can actually start using the produce.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just been really fun. It's very therapeutic too, just trying to like get rid of all the weeds and just hanging out with people. Say strength would definitely be able to like meet new people.
Okay.
I've met a lot of new fun people to hang out with. And then a weakness, nothing really, maybe just wish that the plants grew faster.
Yeah,
but
okay. So that's more of a like environmental, I guess, or
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it just
something.
takes time
Takes
for them to grow.
So
So next semester, I definitely, I want to apply to be an intern again for the Soul Patch, because it's been really fun, but I feel like it would be nice to keep continuing with it. And yeah, definitely from being from Roseville, it's definitely a different climate. It's definitely really hot. But yeah, I used to garden at a community garden too, so it's been fun learning like new techniques for a completely different like
yeah,
like
and if
how hot it
it's
is.
like atmosphere out here in the Bay Area, which is cold and wet.
Yeah.
Compared to North California, like Sacramento, like dry and the fires and the heat.
Yeah, it's definitely a different environment, but it's been fun to learn. When I first met the ERC, I actually found out about them through a flyer, and they were going to a climate protest. So it was crazy. I just moved here, and then I saw the poster. I was like, oh, an environmental group, like that would be fun. So I met up with them, and then we went to a protest, which was my first protest. But it was really fun. Everyone was super nice, so I was like, oh, like I think I want to look into like.
Where was the protest at?
It was, I can't remember where it was downtown. I think Civic Center.
Okay, yeah.
Over there, so but yeah, it was fun. I got to meet some people from the ERC, and then we just walked with everyone else, but it was fun.